Okay, spider. What kind of spider is that? You better come out of hibernation mode because your butt's getting ready to get cleaned off this table, which is a mess. Okay, so I priced the windows I wanted, and they're gonna be too expensive for this project. This is an affordable house, and I'm just gonna make my windows. So here we go. I'm gonna measure these, and I'm not gonna talk much about it. I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. There is a closet that goes right here that hides all this stuff, all the plumbing, and the electrical is gonna come in right there too. So we'll see. I think the thing is that if I can't get the windows I want, which are really high quality, which were some Anderson series windows, I guess the 100 series is the cheapest, but still, looking for my tape. Then if I'm going to settle for cheap windows, I'm just gonna make them. So I can make cheap windows cheaper than the cheaper guys and still be happy. I'm just happy to have half of a shop ready to work in. This bedroom window is really the only window I'm worried about as far as the seal and the operation of, because these are fixed windows and they're also under a huge porch that goes way out. So there's no weatherization issues. This one, probably gonna have a little roof over it on the outside above, and also put a metal seal because I'm gonna have metal, this cool black textured siding on the outside. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so we've got a 4-foot, you can always tell a carpenter who can measure with one hand, 32 by 48. And this will make, with it being a casement configuration, will make an egress size window. And these others don't have to be egress, so this one's gonna operate. So what I have is just some clear pine, and especially for the jams, you don't wanna have something really expensive. You can actually buy jam material. That's not it. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. You can buy jam material at Home Depot, which is 4 9/16. See? And so I've got enough to make all the jams for all the windows, so I can save the mileage on my excellent Skill worm drive table saw. This is the tallest window, so we want to pick out the best jam material, the straightest, because I can always use this for doors, openings, if I don't use all of it up on windows. So you'll want to leave a 1/4 inch at the top of the opening, and this board should be a little over 8 feet. So we shall see. We'll have Barrett, my cameraman today. He's working on his own project. So this is planned out perfectly. There and there. Now these windows are made to go to our drawing board. So the side jams, are 47 3/4, but the bottom sill will be sloped like this. That's exaggerated because it comes down like that. So the 2 side pieces go all the way down, and your sill piece goes in between them. So the first 3 cuts are really easy. They're just mitered 90 degrees or cut 90 degrees. So Home Depot conveniently put the sticker on the bad side. That worked out good. And here we got the sticker on the non-stain side. The thing about these stickers is, where is it? You can peel them off, but they create a problem where if you're going to stain it, the stain won't absorb as good. And if you start sanding it, you'll have to sand the whole thing to have the finish the same. So you always want to turn your stickers where they're facing the rough opening. I really need a cameraman here. Can you do it? See if I can do it without the phone falling over. Also, keep your hand out of the way when you're stapling these things together. Did that work? Just put your 3 nice staples. Make sure they don't come out on the inside. Now let's do this side. Get her all lined up. Keep your hand out of the way. Make sure she's good and flush. You know when they say, we're not building furniture, well now we are. So we gotta make sure everything fits good. All right, that's the 3 sides. I'm gonna cut the bottom seal now. Measuring feeding. Just did a little test to see how much of a margin I can get by with and still be able to staple the trim into the jamb like that, you know? So I'm trying to figure out how far the seal's gonna pass by each side. So, you know, I have to, I'm gonna make a little mark on each side and then measure from there out because the trim will be, I should have made me 2 of these little things, I could have just sat them there and measured it. But basically, like that. And then the seal will be notched inside here and come to here. So, looks like if I let it hang over like 4 7/8 on each side, you gotta keep it kind of close because if you're not careful, these staples will shoot out the side. If you try to shoot these staples too close to the edge, even if you hit it right there, the pine is, you know, split out. So you can't like have a big margin right here. You gotta leave some meat to staple into. So I need a wider piece than the jamb, about 6 inches wide. I'm just gonna use a piece of leftover tongue and groove I had. And I've already cut it to length. It's like 39.5. So I'm gonna figure out where I need to cut it to get this pitch cut right here, which will be the back side or the inside. Interior angle. Now I'm gonna wrap this with metal. By the way, I didn't tell you that. This is just a platform. I'm gonna have, since I've got vertical black metal siding on the outside, which is gonna be really cool and modern looking, hence mid-century modern cabin. This will have a metal, you know, be wrapped in metal just for weatherization because it's on that end, that kind of big gable end, and I'm afraid water's gonna blow in, rain's gonna blow in. So what I'm gonna do here is just cut this off square. I'm not gonna cut it at an angle. I'm just gonna make it probably as wide as I can get it based on this, but let me check the width here. Got myself a little tester piece here. Actually, I'll have these under the seal to support it. So mark my line, Now I can just measure the width and add whatever I want to add to it. So I want it to go at least 1.5 inches out. So we almost made 6 1/8 to this short point will work. 6 1/8. I was gonna cut it 6. I'm glad I checked this. There we go. See, I told you Jesus was on my side. Look, right there at the edge of the tongue part. Now, I'll be a little bit short, but I'm not worried because I can make the metal hang out as far as I want it to. This is, again, just a little platform for the metal. Now to figure out our notch, we can just line it up right here and mark the other side. Can you do it? There we go. We'll just cut this back 4 3/4 on each side and come up. We'll be good. Okay, you can see this was hard to do with the trying to film at the same time, but you can see there's my 15-degree cut, and then I'm going to cut over to here, and I'll cut that off on each end. Well, I messed up one piece. I'm trying to show y'all everything. Where'd it go? Anyway, let's see if I can keep from missing this one. I'm having to cut it with this silly thing because a lot of my stuff is down in the storage. I haven't brought it yet. So if I can just get this. That cut enough where I can trim it. Oh, shoot. That's not bad. Yeah. That's not bad. Thought I had messed it up, but let's see how it fits. What's that? A little bigger. Again, this is going to get a metal. This is the seal, which slopes. It's going to get metal covering it, so I just need it to look good enough for the video, really. Okay, so now we want this to be at the angle of our seal, which I have a mark. It's that second mark right there. Okay, and then so that'll make the seal slope to the outside, and I just need to get this straight. This has to be kind of accurate, so I don't think I'm going to be able to film it. Let's see if I can prop the phone up. Move everything out of the way. There we go. And because I don't want to shoot nails, staples inside. There's one successful staple. What I should do is measure up. So if I go 1, 2, 3, if I go 1 3/4 inches, it should be okay. Up here. Let's see if my eyeball agrees to that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There you go. Those staples, we're good. And again, when we're done, that line was the wrong one. That line was too close, and you can see you don't want that seal interfering. See, If it had been any lower, it's just barely, it's just now touching. You don't want that, because this drops down as it comes out. So we'll get this one set and we'll nail it. Okay, there we go. Let's go back here and get a better look. You can see this space in here will be shimmed up with our little, where's our little, there it is. We'll have pieces like this that'll go under here and help support the seal because of its slope. And then your trim on the inside will just start right here and go down like that. This is the way the old-timey windows used to be built. The side jambs would come all the way down and sit and take the load all the way down to the rough opening, and then your seal would slope. And then what happens is your trim comes over like this on the outside all the way up, and it'll have a slope cut on it too to make it sit flat on there. Let's see if I have enough time to put the trim on. See if I can do one of these nails without, or staples without messing it up. I'm trying to show. What you want to do is get it close to the edge, but not too close to the edge. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Sometimes they'll shoot out, you know, like if you're near a knot or something, they'll just shoot out, whether you got them aimed good or not. But that's really the best way to do it. Those staples hold really good. So you can see now, got a little sanding to do, but again, there's gonna be metal. We got our little reveal on there, and this is hanging over just right. So I'll put the other side on, and we'll be ready for the top. Okay, there's our two sides. Now we just have to measure the top. It goes all the way from outside to outside, and we're gonna be good. I'm trying to show you all some of this, but I don't wanna mess it up either, so. Got that good tight down there. Let's see, I'm not looking through the camera. There we go. You just gotta get Jesus' help on a few more here. We'll be good. Well, there we go. One window frame made. Got our slope seal, and I don't have time today to build the sash, but the sash will be just one big piece. One big sash, and it'll open out. So, you know, the bottom of the sash will have a slope to it. It'll close against weather stripping on the bottom. It'll close against weather stripping on the sides and the top. Then it'll latch inside. It'll all be good. So there you go. Stay tuned for video number 2, where we make, can't get it all in the frame. I'll make the sash in the next video, so stay tuned for that. I gotta get it done soon, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure if this will be 2 parts or not. We'll find out. Thanks, guys.